Hi, my space is messy. Let's declutter it. If there's one thing that I have learned throughout all of the moving that I have done over the last few years, is that having too many things can really start to make your life feel overwhelming, anxious, and just messy. It's definitely how I have personally felt in all the time that I've spent trying to learn how to just keep my space organized and minimal. Sometimes I'll get this burst of motivation to just clean and organize like I do now, but then I'll look at what's going on and don't know where to start. So if you've also been feeling like this for a while, join me as I try to reset and declutter my entire apartment, all of my belongings in just 3 days. We're gonna go through all of my possessions to decide whether I want to sell them, donate them, or keep them. Then we're gonna make sure everything has a home just to make my life easier for myself. And we're gonna deep clean while we're at it because this place needs a good scrub. If you're seeing all the mess that is around me right now, just ignore it because that is the purpose of this video. I don't like to start anything without a plan because there's that quote that says, failing to plan is planning to fail. And I am not planning to fail at this mission. To make things easier for ourselves, we first need to figure out all of the different areas and categories that require the most attention in my home. So I've already started to take some notes on this, but the spaces that I need to focus on are my bookshelves and books, my closets, and my shoe cabinet. The kitchen, oh my God, the kitchen more than anything needs a deep clean, but it does need an organization. My tech storage is an absolute mess right now. I have lights under my bookshelf. I have some cameras in my drawers. I have some cameras in my room. Like, it's just kind of everywhere. And then lastly, I do have a lot of random storage that just needs to be taken care of. Like, there shouldn't be that many miscellaneous bins and drawers filled with stuff. Like I did with my last decluttering video, we do also need to figure out what actions I want to take once I group all of my things. So I think for me this time it's just gonna be sell, keep, and donate. And then just to give us some guidance and motivation, I did put down a few goals that I want to accomplish by the end of these 3 days. So I have get rid of anything I don't use, duh. Deep clean the surfaces and nooks and crannies so that it's no longer dusty. Dust is such an issue for me. Have a place for everything so that I can easily tidy throughout the week. And then once all of that is finished, I want to create a weekly tidying game plan that kind of like spans throughout the week so that I'm never just left with like a single day of the week where I have to do everything and I'm kind of doing it piece by piece. I've been really enjoying using Copilot in Word whenever I have to create kind of a game plan for anything because I find that it's really good at doing that. So we're gonna click the little inline Copilot button and then I'm gonna write a prompt like, based on the spaces I want to clean above and the actions sell, donate, and store, please create a 3-day game plan to declutter, deep clean, and organize every space. I want to make sure that I'm working in sections and kind of like spreading the workout throughout the 3 days, and then keeping in mind the goals that I have written above as well while you're creating this plan. All right, here is our 3-day declutter, deep clean, organization game plan. So on day 1, aka today, we're gonna focus on my bookshelves, my books, and then my closets and my shoes. I think one of the key things in this game plan is actually just to remove all the items from current storage, like on my shelves or in my closet, so that I can see exactly what I have, but also so that I can just give everything a wipe down. That's gonna be my game plan for the morning and the afternoon, and then in the evening, we're gonna just bag up everything, kind of put them into a pile of stuff that I wanna sell and donate, and just get ready for day 2. So let's get started. All right, we're starting with the bookshelf. I do have to lightly blur all the titles of the books for the sponsor of this video. Your girl has to pay the bills, so please ignore that, but I'm gonna pull everything off. We're gonna wipe down the entire bookshelf because it is so dusty right now, and we'll start from there. The thing I struggle with the most when it comes to my books is that a lot of the books that I own are books that I haven't read yet. They were either gifted from publishers, purchased on my own, or found at little free libraries. I definitely don't want to get rid of anything that I want to read that I haven't yet, and usually when I finish a book, I'll either donate it or give it to a friend anyways. So while I didn't have that many books that I wanted to get rid of per se, it was time for me to reorganize and deep clean my bookshelves. This time I wanted to reorganize my bookshelf by category or genre so that when I am craving a horror or a thriller or a mystery or a lit fic, I can easily go into that section and find the right book for my next read. Okay, I think we're done with the bookshelf. It feels so much cleaner already. I'm not gonna lie, I sneezed quite a couple of times doing that, but there's only one book that I am planning to donate, surprisingly. I do have one more bookshelf in my bedroom, so we'll quickly go over those, see if there are any books that I want to donate. That shelf is brand new, so it doesn't need to be dusted, but mainly I just want to see if there's anything that I want to get rid of. Okay, we got 2 more books. that I am getting rid of. I'm actually really proud of myself because I realized that the reason I don't have that many books to get rid of is because I did a pretty good purge before I moved into this apartment. So yeah, it just really needed like a tidy. It's actually been a while since I've done a closet audit, so this is the perfect time for it. So I'm gonna pull everything out and then we're going to go over all the pieces and then I'll chat about why or why not I'm keeping them. Okay, let's go. I actually made an entire video on my massive closet declutter a while back, and one of the comments I received was saying that I should explain more why or why not I should keep certain pieces. So thank you for that suggestion. I think that sometimes it can be hard to put into words why I like a piece or why I don't like it, other than saying it's the fit or how it looks on me. As a creator, I do get gifted a lot of clothing pieces, which means I do have to do closet purges more often to make sure that my closet isn't overstuffed. First and foremost, I don't know why I still have all of these pants hangers. These are actually the pants hangers I want to get rid of because I just don't like the clip ones. I prefer the ones that you just like hang your pants over. So I'm just gonna put this aside. I think most things I won't try on because a lot of it I know how it's gonna fit already. I do want a nice dress shirt, but I just feel like this one doesn't fit the way that I want. So I already have a bag here of some clothes that I wanted to sell, but let me just take them all out and go through them to make sure that they're actually clothes that the consignment store will take. These jeans I wore for a really long time, but they're still in really, really great condition, but I just don't wear such skinny jeans anymore. So this can go. You know what? I think it's time to let these go as well. I've also had them for quite a long time, but I just don't find myself reaching for them that much. I don't think I like the fit of them anymore. These pants are some of my favorite pants to wear in the fall. They're like this really cool, baggy, almost like barrel pant shape. Oh, it has so much like dog fur and random stuff on it. I'll have to like lint roll it before I wear it again, but that is a definite keep. Anything that I know that I'm gonna wear a lot, I'm just gonna put right back into the closet so that we're whittling this pile down quicker. Oh my God, I haven't even worn these yet. I got these in Japan, but I literally came back and it was summer and just wasn't track pant weather. Oh, okay, I got these trousers when I was in Copenhagen and I really, really liked them, but I just don't reach for them. I think it's also the fit. Like they're slightly, ever so slightly too big on me. So I think it's time to let them go. Oh, this is hard. I allow myself to have 2 pairs of sweatpants because sometimes you just want like a messy pair of pants, you know? Okay, I know what this looks like and these probably look the same to you, but I swear they're so different. As I was putting things back, I realized I didn't really like the organization of how I did my closet before either. So this was a great opportunity for me to see how else I can organize my clothes in a way that makes more sense. So instead of kind of splitting things the way I did before, I made sure to put all of my tops in order from long sleeve to short sleeve on one side. And then anything that doesn't fit on that side, like sweaters or hoodies, I'll put it on the bottom side. I've been trying to incorporate some more color into my wardrobe, as you can see. I haven't worn a lot of these yet, but I'm excited. I'm excited to like change things up. You know, I've been wearing neutrals for so long. So this is like a very small portion of my closet that has some color. The folded sections of my closet are typically reserved for basics and must-haves, so like t-shirts and sweaters and just simple pieces that are staples. So I pretty much just kind of refolded everything, organized it a bit, and didn't really get rid of anything from there. I recently purchased these shelves so that I can contain all of my shoes, and the goal really was to not have extra shoes that don't fit on here, because what's the point of buying shoe storage if I'm just gonna have to store shoes elsewhere? So I need to take a quick look and see whether there's anything that I want to get rid of, because I do have a couple more pairs of shoes that need to go on here. I did recently do a shoe purge, so I don't think there'll be that much to get rid of, but even if it's just a few pairs, like these black sneakers, I think somebody else will get better wear out of them. I just don't seem to reach for them that much. So that's good, that's one thing. So I'm trying to debate whether I should just get rid of these, although they're such like a staple shoe for me. Maybe what I'll do is I will just wear these throughout the rest of summer, and then by the end of summer, I think they'll be far gone and it'll most definitely be time to get rid of them. I can actually just save some space by stacking some of the smaller shoes, like the ballet flats. Don't really have much structure, so I don't mind putting them on top of each other. I did that already with these sandals. With my shoe storage, I did also try to organize it by category so that I can easily find shoes that I'm looking for specific outfits. It was so convenient to use Copilot to find all of the thrift stores near me where I can donate to. I just click the Copilot icon in the Word app on my phone, ask it a question, and voila. I was honestly so impressed with the results because they actually listed one of my favorite thrift and consignment stores. So being able to quickly use this function on your phone, I find is so handy. Okay, I think we did it. Wow, by just getting rid of one pair too. Okay, this is going into the sell pile. Okay, I am pooped. I have my 3-day plan open on my phone so that I can keep track of it as I go, and I think we've done everything from day 1. If it's significantly darker in here, it's because it's legitimately like evening. I think I'm just gonna take the rest of the evening off, and then we'll check back in for day 2 of this declutter. Good morning. It is officially a new day, aka day 2 of our 3-day declutter challenge. I'm not gonna lie, there's still a lot of stuff, but it's because we have more spaces to clean. So I have day 2 open on my phone. I also have a coffee, very much so needed for today. But today we are tackling kitchen and tech storage. There really is no organization right now, which is the issue that I'm facing every single day, because I'm like, oh, I need a cable. Is it in this drawer or this bin? I feel like I shouldn't be in a white shirt on a cleaning and decluttering day, so I'm gonna get changed, make sure I don't get the shirt dirty, and then let's tackle the kitchen first. I actually feel really blessed because I have a very decent sized kitchen. A lot of apartments in Vancouver don't have as big of a kitchen. Like, it's just usually one wall that they have their kitchen, but I have an island and then an actual like kitchen space, which is great. But it means that me being me, I'm always filling spaces up with unnecessary things. And I just wanna make sure my kitchen like looks clean and the spaces make sense. Okay, I have a stool. So because I don't have a lot of counter space, I'm just gonna do one cabinet at a time instead of taking everything out of every cabinet, because I feel like that's just gonna make my life harder for myself. I think everything that I have here I wanna keep because they're mainly containers, cups, stuff like that, because I do have my coffee set up here, which means it's just convenient to be able to like grab a cup and make a drink. So I think mostly I just need to organize like how everything gets placed into this cupboard. Thinking about stuff like what I use the most, what I don't use as much, like this water bottle I actually don't use very often, so that can go in the back corner. These 2 cups I actually do use quite often, so we're gonna put this on the bottom here. My vitamins, supplements, and all of that I use quite often. I feel like for the most part, where things go will just kind of come naturally as you think about like how often you use certain things. Let's go ahead and tackle the rest of these cupboards and just do it like cupboard by cupboard. The kitchen area was pretty self-explanatory. I essentially took everything out, wiped down all of my individual cupboards, and then made sure that I was wiping behind the stuff that exists on my counter as well. The deep clean portion was the portion that mattered the most to me because I rarely go and wipe down my cupboards and behind my appliances, so that's what I wanted to do today. Moving on to my tech storage, I've got an entire bin here of like cords and chargers and whatnot. I've got 2 drawers filled with tech related things. I actually have these 2 bins here. One is already filled with some stuff that I've been trying to sell, and then an empty one. So I'm gonna go ahead and take everything out of these drawers and just go through it all. So I think I do want to use my drawers as a place to keep my cameras because those are the things that I use the most. I also have a bunch of microphones back when I was really focused on my podcasts, and I'm not going to sell these just yet because I still use these for videos and for client projects. So we're gonna actually put those in the second drawer because I don't use those as much as my cameras. Organizing my camera drawer and my microphone and audio drawer isn't the tough part. The tough part for me is always picking out which wires and cables and chargers I still need. I'm somebody who likes to just keep backups of things, which always comes back and bites me in the butt because I end up with way too many cables after a while. So this time I made sure to go through every single cable and ensure that they all have a purpose, or just have one single backup for each type of cable. And then I just ended up putting all of the stuff that I want to test out / get rid of, so sell, into these 2 bins. Me and this mouse had a good run, but I just don't reach for it anymore. Honestly, I think my mouse and this really old webcam that I have can just go into the donate pile rather than the sell pile. Oh, and then I have another little thing to add to the sell pile, but I think that's it. Pretty solid. Oh my God. I am so tired today. I don't know what is going on, but I am just feeling it today. And also, I had to put some stickers on my back because I like somehow pulled something in there. I don't know whether it was when I was exercising or like reaching the shelves or whatever, but my back is sore. I'm tired, but we gotta do day 3. So my day 3 plan is to do all of the random storage. Let me just grab my phone so that we can take a look at the whole plan. The master plan. Okay, so day 3, we're doing random storage and final touches. So I have to pull all of the rest of my stuff out from like all the random bins and drawers that I have. And yeah, just go through it like I did with the last 2 days. In the afternoon, we're gonna do a walkthrough of all of my cleaned spaces, put away any stray items. I do also need to vacuum all of my floors. I haven't done that yet because I just know that as I'm pulling stuff off of shelves and like from bins, it's just gonna get dusty again. So I'm kind of saving that for the last day, which is today. And then of course we have to create our weekly tidy game plan to make sure that I can actually upkeep all of the work that I've been putting in. I think we should just get started at this point because if I wait any longer, I am 100% gonna run out of steam. This apartment doesn't have a lot of storage spaces, so I had to opt for bins and hidden drawers and just places inside of closets to try to stow everything away. When I had first moved in, I kind of just haphazardly put things in bin and put them away, but this is my chance to actually go through and make sure that I'm only keeping things that I need. I also wanted to make sure that I was using the spaces in a smart way. So for example, this drawer at the front door I use specifically for Mika's things so that I can grab them and go when we're going out. A lot of the times I'll just put things away without ever thinking about where they're placed and how it relates to when I'm gonna use them. So I really wanted to make sure I kept that in mind as I was doing my big declutter. And then finally, we were ready to clean. So I vacuumed every surface, the floors, the tables, the nooks and crannies. And then I went in with my mop and just mopped everything as well. I can't even begin to tell you how good it felt just to get everything done in these 3 days and finally be able to say that I deep cleaned and cluttered and organized my home. This is honestly such a rewarding process and I'm so glad that I did it this way. I am so pooped. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need to seriously stretch after this. The last step, which arguably might be the most important step, is to create our weekly tidy game plan. For that, I'm gonna go ahead and click the Copilot icon at the top of your Word document to open up the little side panel. And then I'm gonna use a prompt that is going to help me make sure that I can keep my spaces clean and just kind of build that into a weekly schedule. So I'm gonna use a prompt like, help me create a weekly tidying and cleaning game plan so that I can keep my spaces clean, make sure that it's not dusty, very important, and make sure that my cleaning and organizing doesn't ever pile up on me. Here is what Copilot created for me. So on Monday, we're gonna tackle the living room and we're gonna dust surfaces, vacuum, sweep, and then organize. So any clutter that may have collected over the past couple days, we're gonna tidy up on Monday. On Tuesday, we're tackling the kitchen. On Wednesday, we're doing the bedroom. Thursdays, we are tackling the bathroom. And then Friday is my home office and workspace. If for whatever reason you're unhappy with your plan or you just wanna make changes, you can actually just go under wherever it wrote your plan and then click the little draft with Copilot icon that's inline, or you can use Control L for a keyboard shortcut and then ask it to make any changes. So now Copilot will go in and create that new plan for you based on your changes. I think that is it for this video. I am honestly sure that I'm gonna be doing another reset video probably in a few months or when the season changes, because I just love being able to like fully reset my home, make sure that all of my belongings are still things that I wanna keep, and really just give it a deep clean. Thank you for coming on this reset, decluttering, organization journey with me. I hope you enjoyed and I hope it gave you a little bit of motivation to do a big deep clean of your own. I would highly recommend checking out Copilot in Word for your next project, whether you have a work project or a reset project, or maybe like a life planning, goal setting sort of project. Copilot is great for building out these structured game plans for you. So I'm gonna put the link in the description box below, so make sure you go and try it out. Other than that, I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.